NASA has used its most powerful SLS rocket to carry astronauts to the lunar orbit and the Orion spacecraft. To house astronauts, there have been reports of various complications surrounding the SLS rocket. This time, some new problems have emerged in the cabin of the Orion spacecraft. Among the problems that have occurred in NASA's 2 Artemis missions are the failure of the pressure valve of the Orion spacecraft and the toilet problem. This is not an ordinary toilet. The cost of this space toilet is more than $23 million. About an hour after the successful launch of the rocket on April 1st, the spacecraft reached high Earth orbit. Then the astronauts took a temporary break for some time and tested all the systems, because this was the first manned flight of the Orion series. During this test, they encountered several problems. The stage when a spacecraft starts its journey from Earth to the Moon is called translunar injection. During this stage, an emergency warning message suddenly appeared. It was said that there is a suspicion of a pressure leak in the cabin. Cabin leak means that astronauts will not be able to breathe normally. Even such a small situation is very sensitive in space, because even a small defect in space can become a cause of great danger. It was a moment when they had to decide whether they would really go to the Moon or abort the journey and return to Earth safely. But in the end, it turned out that the matter was not so dire. Later, NASA's Houston Ground Control quickly analyzed the situation and reported that there was actually no real leak in the cabin. A sensor was suddenly showing an erroneously low reading, which resulted in this warning message. Although the cabin pressure problem was solved, another embarrassing problem related to the toilet arose in this lunar mission. Astronauts of the past Apollo missions used plastic bags to perform natural functions. But this time, this modern spacecraft had a special room. Its official name is the Universal Waste Management System. In plain English, this is the toilet. Here there is a system for small tasks or liquid waste, and a separate system for large tasks or solid waste. The root cause of the problem was thought to be a blockage somewhere in the pipe, possibly due to ice accumulation. It was later discovered that the pipe used for urination was not working properly due to a problem with the suction fan. The astronauts were somewhat concerned due to the issues with this toilet. However, they did have an alternative at their disposal: the collapsible contingency urinal. Simply put, it is a device designed to allow for urination into a plastic tube. Fortunately, no problems arose with the primary toilet aboard the Orion spacecraft. Despite its ordinary appearance, this toilet cost approximately $23 million to construct. The reason for such a high expenditure on a single toilet lies in the absence of gravity in space. Consequently, standard toilets, like those found on Earth, do not function there. Instead of flowing downward, human waste in this environment could potentially float upward. Therefore, the entire process, encompassing the proper collection, storage, and odor control of waste, as well as ensuring overall safety, relies on highly sophisticated technology. Furthermore, the exorbitant cost stems from the necessity to make the entire system lightweight, compact enough to fit within limited space, durable enough for use on long-duration missions, and ergonomically designed to ensure comfort for both men and women. To put it simply, this is not merely a toilet. Rather, it is an integral component of a highly advanced life support system that helps ensure human survival and facilitates a normal standard of living in space.